Hi, I'm Sue. I'm from Lakeville. I'm a donor mom. I'm Kayla's mom. I'm going to pass this around so you can take a look at her. She donated her organs in the fall of 2008. Kayla was a high honor student. She played the flute. She liked to listen to music. She liked to dance, and she liked traveling. But the one thing she did not like doing was making decisions. And as her mother, I always encouraged her to make her own decisions. And I remember the day when she passed her driver's test. We were standing at the counter. She was filling out the application. The very first question is, do you want to check this box to become an organ donor? And she turned to me and she said, Mom, should I check this box to be an organ donor? And I said, Kayla, that's really a personal choice, and you need to make that decision. She even argued with me and said, Mom, tell me what to do. And again, I said, this is a personal choice. She said, well, I'm going to check the box. I would like to know, should something ever happen to me, that I would be able to help other people. Never in a million years did I ever think we would be faced with that decision. I remember Wednesday evening when I was with my husband and my older son Kyle, when we were waiting for our two daughters to meet us, Kayla and Katie. We received a call that they had been in a car accident. So we drove home as this accident was about 100 feet from our front doorstep. I remember the accident scene very vividly in my mind. I can tell you where every police car sat with its flashing light, where the fire truck sat, and the helicopter was in a park next to our backyard with Kayla in there waiting to be stabilized and airlifted. We met Katie's ambulance. She went to the hospital via ground. To this day, I can remember the sound of that helicopter taking off with my little girl. The policeman told us to get a friend to drive us to the hospital. So we did. And the very first meeting at that hospital, they told us that both girls were unconscious. Both girls were on a breathing tube, and they both had traumatic brain injuries. When you have a brain injury, they rate the patient on a scale of 0 to 15. 15 is the highest or the best score that you want to achieve. They told us that Katie, her scores were fluctuating between a 9 and a 14. They continued to fluctuate between those numbers throughout the first night. Then they told us that you get 3 points for showing up at the hospital, and Kayla's score was a 3. They told us immediately that we should consider organ donation. However, what they did next is they run a set of tests to determine the percentage of brain function. Then there's a waiting period, and then they run another set of tests several hours later. 2 different doctors have to be involved in the diagnosis. The whole process takes about 16 hours. We are very confident they did everything they could for Kayla. At the end of that 16 hours, they said, as they guessed, Kayla had 0% brain function. You know, one of the myths out there about organ donation is people are afraid that they're going to take your organs too soon. And I can assure you, there is no way that that could happen. Those doctors did everything they could. At that point, there was a LifeSource nurse on staff, 24/7 with us to help us through the process and to answer any questions. She was looking up for matches in the national database to find recipients. Kayla's heart went to a mother of 3, just like myself, my same age. Her kidney went to a 43-year-old woman in Florida. Her other kidney, along with her pancreas, went to a local 40-year-old man. Her liver went to a local 12-year-old girl. We have since met the heart recipient. We've also met the liver recipient. It is good for us to see the positive and know that Kayla's legacy lives on. Sorry. Since the accident, I've read through some of Kayla's papers, and all her friends, everybody knew that she loved Skittles. And I like to close with one of the papers she wrote. It looks like the assignment was to answer the question, are you an optimist or a pessimist? And she answered the question that she felt she was an optimist, backed it up with several reasons why. In her closing paragraph, she said, life is like a bag of Skittles. You never know what color you're going to get. Don't regret the mistakes you make in life, because they make you who you are today. Life can be good if you perceive it as such. Whether you receive the sour of the green lime Skittle, or the sunshiny yellow Skittle, or the sweetness of the strawberry red.